My people, before you hear this story, open your ears wider than your eyes, because not everything that is beautiful is free, and not every problem that haunts a child belongs to that child. Our elders say, when a debt refuses to die with the debtor, it learns how to walk behind his children. Nkem did nothing wrong, yet men feared her name, love avoided her door, and marriage ran from her shadow. This is the story of Nkem, and maybe the warning someone listening to me needs before it is too late. Umunede was a village where time respected itself. Morning did not wrestle with night, and the sun rose gently, like an elder clearing his throat before speaking. Women swept their compounds, while children ran barefoot, chasing laughter and nothing at all. At the center of it all stood the Udala tree, older than memory, heavier than silence. It was under that tree that matters too difficult for daylight were discussed. Umunede was peaceful, but elders know what children do not. Peace does not mean trouble is gone. Sometimes it only means trouble is waiting. The day Nkem came into this world, the rain fell, but thunder did not follow. Old women noticed. They always do. Rain without thunder is not celebration. It is a warning. Nkem cried softly when she was born. Not the sharp cry of a child fighting life, but a gentle sound, one that lingered in the air like smoke that refused to clear. One old woman, her back bent like a question mark, looked at the baby and frowned. "She will be beautiful," she said. Then she paused. "Too beautiful." Nobody asked her to explain. Because in African villages, when an old woman frowns at a newborn, you pray, not question. Nkem did not rush into beauty. She grew like something carefully guarded by the earth. Her skin carried the color of wet soil after rain. Deep, warm, alive. When sunlight touched her face, it rested there, like it had finally found what it was looking for. Her eyes, her eyes were not the loud type. They were calm, dark, thoughtful. Her eyes looked like they knew tomorrow before today arrived. And her smile, my people, her smile was not for everyone. It did not jump out. It did not shout. It came slowly, gently, like morning light entering a room without permission. When Nkem smiled, men forgot the rest of their sentences. Women noticed, and they adjusted their wrapper. She was beautiful in a way that demanded distance. By the time Nkem became a woman, suitors came like mosquitoes during raining season, from near villages, from far places, with strange pronunciations. Some came with confidence, some came with elders, some came with gifts so heavy that 2 men struggled to carry them. At one point, 7 men waited, 7 full-grown men, all confident, all hopeful. Women whispered among themselves, "If my son marries Nkem, I will be so happy." Fathers nodded proudly. That is a daughter-in-law that brings respect. Nkem became the bride every mother prayed for, the wife every man imagined, the jewel every family wanted to display. But something kept happening. Each man came, each man stayed, each man left, quietly. No fighting, no insults, just departure. And in Umunede, when people stopped asking questions, it meant fear had entered the conversation. Then, Ebuka came. Ebuka did not arrive like other men. He arrived like a man who already owned tomorrow. Tall, broad-shouldered, skin smooth from good living. His beard was trimmed with intention. His wrapper rich enough to announce status without words. He came from Indioka, a village known for men who do not retreat. When Ebuka saw Nkem, he smiled and said calmly, "She is the one." For the first time, nothing went wrong. Bride price negotiations were smooth. The elders agreed. The women danced. And Nkem allowed herself to hope. The wedding morning rose like a blessing. Drums woke the earth early. Women danced with joy, wrappers swelling like birds, Palm wine flowed freely, sweet, generous, confident. Nkem stood dressed in her finest coral beads, resting gently on her neck. Her wrapper shimmered softly. Her face glowed, not with pride, but with disbelief. She waited for Ebuka. The drum grew louder. Then, something changed. A smell entered the air. Faint at first, uncertain. People sniffed casually. Is it the goat? Maybe palm wine spilled? But the smell stayed. It thickened. It sharpened. People looked at each other in confusion. Some wondered if a refuse pit had been disturbed. Others suspected bad meat. Ebuka shifted. His smile tightened. The drummer slowed. Women stopped dancing. Their face twisted. Noses wrinkling. The smell grew worse. Heavy, offensive, shameful. Ebuka gagged. Without explanation, he turned and he ran. Not walk, not excuse himself. He ran like a man escaping a curse he could smell but not see. The drums died. Screams followed. And then Nkem stood alone, beautiful, unwanted, exposed. That evening, the gong sounded, the heavy one. Elders gathered beneath the udala tree, faces serious, wrappers dark. Nkem's father, Okorie, was summoned. He walked slowly. When the eldest elder spoke, his voice carried weight. Okorie, what did you do? Not what happened. What did you do? Okorie trembled, and then the truth came out. He spoke of poverty, of desperation, of a stranger who came with money and promises. A vow was made, a foolish vow, that the first fruit of his joy would belong to the river spirit, Alaucha. He took the money, he laughed, he forgot. But spirits do not forget. The smell, the elders explained, was not sickness. It was the stench of a broken covenant. It would appear whenever a man tried to claim Nkem, not to kill, not to harm, but to shame. Because some punishments are designed not to destroy, but to remind. Nkem collapsed quietly, like a leaf finally letting go. That night, Nkem sat alone, staring at her reflection in the water. If I am the debt, she whispered, then I would be the payment. At dawn, she went to the river. She did not beg spirits. She prayed to God, and the water stirred. But it did not take her. Instead, it released her. Okorie sold his lands, returned the money, confessed publicly, and the curse loosened. Months later, a man came, not rich, not proud, but kind. And when he stood beside Nkem, the air was clean, no smell, no fear. And this time, he stayed. So my people, remember, the sins of the father may chase the child, but truth, repentance, and faith can still change the ending. If this story touched you, it means it knows you. What have you learned from today's story? Do share down in the comment section. So story lovers, we have come to the end of today's story, and if you are watching and haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button, turn on your notification bells, like, share, and subscribe. Once again, it's tale time with Udoka. See you in our next video, and bye for now.